Okay, so Will is up. Will, what's up, buddy? He says, how does dynamic content work? I have a client that ranks for multiple locations using content from a .NET database to feed the respective location fields and the page content dynamically. Pages are all .aspx. At the bottom of the homepage, they have listed about 60 locations. When you click on the city, the database fills out the appropriate content. Every single page looks like duplicate content except for the location content. So probably the location modifier itself or specific content for that location. However, this website is not getting penalized with duplicate content and ranking for a lot of locations. Why? Well, Marco, that sounds like a really good question for you because that is touching upon the duplicate content myth or fallacy here often.
It's so crazy. Well, people are still believing that there's such a thing as duplicate content, and there's there are experts and gurus and ninjas out there teaching that there's such a thing as duplicate content and that duplicate content can harm you. Let me tell you what I did, man. On Thanksgiving Day, a little bit before actually we started working on the content, we decided we're going to tackle a really competitive niche. So what did I do? I went and got together I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 articles, literally copy pasted from the #1 site and from the most authoritative site in the niche. So the #1 site may not be the most authoritative, by the way. And so I went and got the content and put it all together, slapped it on the G site, took content from that, put it in posts in the GMB, and you guys saw the results. I'm sharing it in the free groups, our free groups in Facebook, because I want to do away with the fallacy, with the myth that there's such a thing as duplicate content and that duplicate content can harm you. You can rank better than the people who originally posted the content, by the way. Whether it's ethical, well, that's another question altogether. I did it for the express purpose of proving that there's no such thing as duplicate content and that you can rank just as well or even better with so-called duplicate content. The content will be rewritten at some point so that it's original. So the question is original content and then copies of that content and how well that works. Well, it works really well. And mass page creating websites would not work if there was such a thing as duplicate content, and press releases would not work if there was such a thing as duplicate content, and places that aggregate content, Bing, not Bing, but MSN, Yahoo, Huff, right? Huffington Post, all of these places, all they do is they aggregate content. They take content from all over the web and they rank with it. So how in the hell can there be duplicate content? There can't be. 1. And 2, in this case, where you're delivering content dynamically, well, all you're doing is working with, you're tokenizing. So you can do this even with a WordPress plugin where you have the same template and all you're doing is flipping out the place names, and you can do perfectly well with that. That's called a mass page creator also. That's all it does is tokenizing certain parts of the content and replacing it with the dynamic content. Dynamic meaning that's the part of the content that changes. You have the static, right, which is what you're seeing as, or you're considering duplicate, and then you have the dynamic that's delivered through a call according to maybe the person's IP. I mean, you can make there are so many choices that you can make, or so many options on how to deliver that dynamic content. We're doing that with Schema. We built a plugin for to deliver schema dynamically according to the products that are on a page. So we just pull the information through the token, so through the variables. Actually, why is it ranking? Because Google is considering that it's authoritative. Google, it probably has activity, relevance, trust and authority. And I've always said, and this is a perfect example, the art of art beats anything that there is and overcomes any sort of penalty or negativity that you can think of from Google. The art of art, activity, relevance, trust, and authority.